Have you ever been so close to giving up on someone, but something inside you kept whispering, "What if you're wrong?" Before we go any further, do me a quick favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and most importantly, watch till the end. Because what you're about to hear might not just change how you see her, it might change your entire approach to love and relationships. Let me tell you a story. A man once stood at the edge of a decision that felt heavier than anything he had carried before. He had invested time, energy, emotions, pieces of himself into a relationship that now felt uncertain. She had hurt him. Not once, but enough times for doubt to grow roots in his mind. Every conversation felt like walking on glass. Every silence felt louder than words. He kept asking himself, "Is this worth it anymore?" And that's when he stumbled upon something ancient, something timeless. The teachings of Stoicism, the quiet wisdom that doesn't shout, but reshapes how you see everything. That man realized something powerful. Before you give up on her, you must first understand yourself. Here are 10 powerful Stoic lessons, drawn from the mindset of Marcus Aurelius, that could change how you see love forever. First, control what you can, release what you can't. The man realized he had been trying to control her behavior, her reactions, her emotions. He wanted her to understand him perfectly, to never hurt him, to always respond the right way. But here's the truth. Stoicism teaches, you don't control her. You control yourself. You control how you respond, how you communicate, how you interpret her actions. The moment he stopped trying to change her and started mastering himself, everything shifted. Second, don't let emotion blind your judgment. Pain can distort reality. When you're hurt, everything feels worse than it is. You start building stories in your head, stories that may not even be true. The man thought she didn't care anymore, that she was losing interest, that she was pulling away. But when he stepped back and observed calmly, he noticed something different. She was dealing with her own struggles. Her silence wasn't rejection, it was overwhelm. Stoicism teaches you to pause, to question your emotional reactions, and to see things clearly before making decisions you can't take back. Third, remember, people act based on what they know. The man kept asking, "Why would she hurt me like this?" But Stoicism offers a different lens. People do what they think is right, based on their experiences, their wounds, their understanding. Maybe she wasn't trying to hurt him. Maybe she was reacting from her own fears, her own past. Understanding this didn't excuse the pain, but it created space for empathy. And sometimes empathy is the difference between walking away and working things out. Fourth, your peace should not depend on another person. This was the hardest lesson. He had tied his happiness to her actions. If she was warm, he felt alive. If she was distant, he felt broken. But Stoicism teaches independence of the mind. Your peace should come from within, not from someone else's behavior. When he stopped depending on her for emotional stability, something surprising happened. He became stronger, calmer, more grounded, and ironically, that made the relationship healthier. Fifth, accept imperfection, both yours and hers. He wanted a perfect relationship, no misunderstandings, no pain, no conflict. But that doesn't exist. Stoicism reminds us humans are flawed. You will make mistakes. She will too. The question isn't, will things go wrong? The question is, how will you handle it when they do? When he accepted imperfection, he stopped overreacting to every small issue. And the relationship stopped feeling like a battlefield and started feeling human. Sixth, don't act out of ego. There were moments he wanted to win arguments, to prove he was right, to make her feel what he felt. But Stoicism warns against ego-driven reactions, because ego doesn't build relationships, it destroys them. He started asking himself, do I want to be right? Or do I want to make this work? That one question changed how he communicated. Seventh, time reveals truth. In moments of pain, we rush decisions. We want immediate answers, immediate clarity. But Stoicism teaches patience. The man gave it time, not endless time, but enough to observe patterns, consistency, effort, and slowly, the truth became clear. Not through words, but through actions. Sometimes the answer you're looking for doesn't come instantly. It unfolds. Eighth, set boundaries. Without anger. This was a turning point. He realized that being patient didn't mean tolerating everything. Stoicism isn't about weakness. It's about strength with control. He calmly communicated his boundaries. What he could accept, what he couldn't. No yelling, no blaming, just clarity. And for the first time, she truly understood him. Ninth, love is a choice, not just a feeling. Feelings fluctuate. One day you feel deeply connected, another day, distant. If you rely only on feelings, you'll give up too soon. Stoicism teaches that love is also a decision, a commitment to show up, to understand, to grow. The man realized that what they had wasn't perfect, but it was real, and real things are worth working on. 10th, know when to walk away, but not out of impulse. Here's the truth no one likes to hear. Sometimes, despite everything, you do have to let go. But Stoicism teaches you to do it with clarity, not anger, not desperation, not ego. If the relationship consistently brings harm, disrespect, or drains your peace, walking away isn't failure, it's wisdom. But the key is this: don't leave because of temporary emotions. Leave because of consistent truth. Now here's what happened to the man. After applying these lessons, something unexpected happened. The relationship didn't magically become perfect. There were still challenges, still moments of tension, but the chaos turned into understanding, the confusion turned into clarity, and most importantly, he no longer felt lost, because whether the relationship lasted or not, he had found control over himself, and that's the real power of Stoicism. It's not about holding on to someone at all costs. It's not about becoming cold or detached. It's about becoming so grounded, so clear, so strong, that your decisions come from wisdom, not emotion. So before you give up on her, ask yourself, have you truly done the inner work? Have you controlled what you can? Have you seen things clearly, without emotion clouding your judgment? Have you communicated honestly? Have you given it time? Because sometimes the problem isn't the relationship, it's how we approach it. And sometimes, just sometimes, what feels like the end is actually the beginning of something stronger, but only if you're willing to see it differently. So take a moment, reflect, think deeply, don't rush to walk away, but don't ignore the truth either. Find that balance, because that's where wisdom lives. And with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.